Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for being here. I intended to give you an overview of community-based environmental education program launched by Environmental Protection Administration in the next 20 minutes. First of all, let me briefly introduce myself. My name is Yan-Shen Pen. I am an assistant professor in the Department of Environmental Resources Management at Chaonan University of Pharmacy and Science. I have been in charge of CBEE program since 2005. I must apologize for not being able to make the presentation online due to personal matters. However, if you would like to know more about CBEE program, please feel free to contact me by email here. Let me start with the development of community-based environmental education program. As you know, community play an important role in every aspect of our lives. Furthermore, improving living environment is one of the top priorities on community agenda. Environmental Protection Administration has launched a series of community environmental related programs since 1997. Despite the various project titles, the motivation is to collaborate with community residents and altogether create a better environment. Communities with more specific characteristics are encouraged to transform into environmental education participants. Therefore, the Environment Protection Classroom project was introduced in 2009. As a whole, the CBEE program consists of two main projects: Community Environmental Investigation and Transformation Project and Environmental Protection Classroom Project. Concerning the structure of CBEE program, it is divided into three parts: Environmental Protection Administration, Environmental Protection Bureau, and communities. Environmental Protection Administration is mainly responsible for the overall planning. It also takes care of financial subsidy, employment training, and performance management. Environmental Protection Bureau is accountable for progress control and financial appropriation. A local consulting team convened by Environmental Protection Bureau provides regular assistance to community. Definitely, community is the most important part of the program. Communities deal with project application, implementation, and performance reporting. As you may see here, there are three types of communities: single type, joint type, and environmental protection classroom community. Joint type community comprises 2 and 3 communities. The strategic approach for single type, joint type, and environmental protection classroom is stable, collaborative, sustainable development, respectively. The CBEE program is a well-planned training program. In other words, the community development is remarkably designed step by step. All projects are typically planned on annual cycles in order to encourage community to continuously improve. A limitation period of 3 years in total is set. A less experienced community can start working on the single type community. Subsequently, single community can collaborate with nearby community to carry out the joint community. During the process of implementation of joint community, community becomes more mature and sophisticated. Joint community can promote to the next stage, environmental protection classroom. In addition, community which has never completed in single or joint community but achieved some special awards such as National Environmental Education Award are eligible to run environmental protection classroom. Environmental protection classroom is the highest level of the entire program. So environmental protection classroom is vigorously encouraged to transform into environmental education participants. Environmental education facilities and venues are the ultimate goal of environmental protection classroom. However, it's not a topic I intend to introduce here. Let's take a look at the procedure of the program. It is divided into 3 phases: application, implementation, and closing. Initially, community has to submit an appropriate proposal. Environmental Protection Bureau convenes a meeting to review the proposal. Single community need to be total sorted, whereas joint community and environmental protection only select up to 2 candidates for entering for the EPA review meeting. The total number of the single communities is based on local government achievement in the last year. However, joint community and environmental protection classroom candidates recommended by local Environmental Protection Bureau need to attend the second round in a review meeting held by EPA to determine eligibilities. The implementation phase involves putting the project into actions. Thus, it's very important in monitoring progress and understanding difficulties encountered on a regular basis. Technically speaking, this is done by both a quarterly report and on-site visit conducted by consulting team. It is worth mention that EPA consulting team is not able to provide on-site visit assistance to the single community due to the limited time and resources. The joint community and environmental protection classroom are requested to attend the final term review meeting. Unlike the traditional review meeting, community bring poster, leaflet, and product to assign the booth to share experience with final term committee members and more importantly with other communities through a relative relaxing way, it can easily lead to a new inspiration for community development. In the end, community has to think about the next step for the coming year, staying on the current project or promoting to higher level of community. Regarding community environmental investigation and transformation project, Environmental Protection Administration summarizes various aspects of community life and classify them into 7 issues shown as these tables. The first three issues, environmental resources, investigation, empowerment, and implementation of environmental education, are fundamental and mandatory for joining communities. One more mandatory issue is environmental management and maintenance to fulfill the concept of collaboration. As you may see, there are 4 main issues for environmental protection classroom: community environmental maintenance, environmental education promotion, website development, result publication. Particularly concerning environmental education promotion, environmental protection classroom has to design and develop 2 environmental education courses or lectures with local characteristics. The environmental education activities are also able to comply with the Environmental Protection Administration important policies. To ensure the propaganda effects of community protection classroom, a minimum number of environmental education participants is 3,000. Bearing in mind the fundamental information about this program, I will move to a practical case study here. Where is Ideal Community? It is located in Neipu Village, Pingtung County. And why Ideal Community? The reasons are as follows. Ideal Community demonstrates a comprehensive experience in Environmental Protection Administration community-based environmental education program, single, joint, and current environmental protection classroom. In addition, it is observed that community enterprise is continuous developing here. Indeed, Ideal Community has been conduct a complete environmental resources investigation since the single and joint community. Abundant plant species are observed at Ideal Community as shown here. When an investigation is complete, the data is presented usually in the form of a written report. What next? Based on the finding of resource investigation, the leader of Ideal Community convened a meeting to openly discuss the application of these findings. Vitex, easily to observe, aroused a great deal of residents' interest because of the unique fragrance of the leaves and flowers. After consulting with relevant experts and scholars, a consensus was reached that Vitex plays an extremely important role in developing community enterprise. as the fundamental element of the environmental education service. Ideal community integrate a VITEX outdoor learning into curriculum. The course develops based on the observation of Asian lifestyle and storytelling. Story convey the culture, history, and values that unite people. At this point, volunteers also become a storyteller. Draft lists of Vitex used as a food integrants turn out to be delicious cuisines such as Vitex eggs, Vitex rice cake, and Vitex pizza. The particular mosquitoes repelling incense is made of dry leaves of Vitex. You can see the flower. The shampoo and lotion containing essential oil of Vitex are also very popular here. Vitex is very attractive to several species of bees and blooms over a long period of time. Vitex honey is one of the most valuable unifloral honey in Taiwan because its flavor and taste is highly appreciated by the consumers. Regarding the overall performance of this program, I try to analyze quantitative data from two different perspectives. The first one is National Environmental Education Award. Till now, from the first to seventh in total, the overall high distinction award percentage of community-based environmental education program is 83.3%. The overall excellence award percentage of this program is 75.0%. As mentioned earlier, environmental education facility and venues are the ultimate goal for community. Honestly speaking, it is quite difficult for community to successfully obtain the certification of environmental education facilities and venues. Hence, the ratio of environmental protection classroom to community type of environmental education facility and venues can be shed some light on the performance of this program. The ratio is 0.64 to 1. According to data presented above, there is no doubt that community-based environmental education program reaches an excellent performance. To sum up, firstly, creating customized financial projects would provide a strong incentive for multiple types of community to promote local participation. Secondly, environmental resource investigation is the first step in the right direction of community development. It is crucial to develop a strategic approach to community enterprise based on the investigation results. And finally, a successful promotion of community-based environmental education demonstrates a very close connection with community enterprise. Thank you for your attention. Please feel free to contact me If you have any further questions,